Cool. 520, detect capital. Given a word, you need to judge whether the usage of capitals in it is correct or not, right or not. We define the usage of capitals in a word to be right when one of the following cases holds. All letters in this all letters in this word are capitals, like USA. All letters in the word are not capital, like Leetcode. Only the first letter in the word is capital, like Google. Otherwise, we define this word does not use the capitals in the right way. Okay, I mean, this is a easy problem. I think, yeah, I mean, I think for the last problem, I should have maybe gone over a little bit, but because there's some, okay, well, I'll go over it after this part. Cool. Yeah, so going to this, I mean, this is a very straightforward problem. It's literally just implemented again. You could do it in a for loop. I would maybe even have some like helper methods, but I don't know. I mean, I think that's how I would break it down, but I think there's no explanation I can provide in a channel that helps a little bit. But I'm just gonna, so there are three cases, just check those three cases. And technically the third case is a subset of, or like you could define it in case three could be defined in terms of case two, kind of. Is that okay? Fine, that should be okay, right? Okay, so and then I'll even create some helper methods. And I would say they don't actually tell you the number of characters, so I'm going to just be lazy. So there are definitely ways you can just keep more states to kind of do it in one for loop. I'm not going to do that just because at least for now. I mean, maybe I'll explain the idea and how I would talk to an interviewer. And I think at this point, if I was interviewing, I'll be asking, hey, do you want me to, like look out for these kind of things, or should I just kind of implement it in the most naive way possible because I think it still works, and then kind of, you know, don't make assumptions about how you should solve the problem necessarily. Just work with your interviewer, and then afterwards, you could kind of fix it to their liking afterwards. I think the way I usually go for it is as an interviewee, I try to solve the problem first before anything, or before I kind of try to clean up or optimize. And I mean, obviously, you still have to get the complexity in time, but like within something reasonable. But I still would kind of communicate to the interviewer that, hey, this is what I'm doing. I know that there are things I could improve, and I will get to them later in the interview if we have time, or go over it verbally versus in code. But for now, I'm just going to do it as naive as possible, kind of the way I think about a problem, and then we could clean up afterwards. So that's what I'm going to do here. So it might not be how you like it, but that's okay for me for now. Oh man, okay, fine. I know there's going to be some repeating after myself, but I'm okay for now. Oops. This is not even necessary. Actually, so maybe two for loops now that I think about it, because you could actually just skip the first letter, because yeah, I mean it doesn't matter what the first letter is. So yeah, I mean okay, you're right. The naming is kind of terrible, but it's fine, right? So yeah, so there's definitely like a little bit of repeating after myself here, but oh, how am I not signed in? I thought I was okay. That we leaked information last time, so I'm going to sign in another browser. Give me a second. Probably because I closed that other window. I don't know how these things work. Hang on. Let me copy this just in case I lose it. Cool. All right. Now I'm just running some tests, but excuse me. Okay. Okay. So I mean, yeah, like I said, this was pretty straightforward. I think and then after this, I would maybe talk to the interviewer about how to kind of clean this code up a little bit. I think there definitely is some. I mean, this is very similar, so you can maybe keep state of kind of like as you go forward through the for loop. Maybe I would have like another variable like is all capital. I guess pool if you want. Is all except for something like that, and then just go for it in the for loop inside. But I think for me, this kind of this is how I logically think about this problem. Is just implementing the as it turns out the two use cases, and yeah, it's just slightly harder, or like it's not necessarily easier to make or harder to make mistakes, but it's easier to debug when you do make mistakes. And even on interviews, sometimes you're just going to make mistakes, right? On typos and so forth. So yes, but this is a pretty straightforward problem, I think.